On today's episode of WatchJRGo, we are back in the shop with, you guessed it, one of Eric's work trucks. What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, we are back in the shop with the 2006 GMC Sierra that we put a transmission in. We've done a bunch of work on this thing. We put that huge touchscreen radio in it in the last episode, and now his AC broke. So we don't think it's actually the AC, the compressor's kicking on, but we're gonna figure out what's going on with it right now. Eric's in here giving it a full...
I don't think I've ever cleaned the last guy's dust off.
This is a detail.
This is not how like any of my other cars are, but I mean, this guy was just gonna throw this truck away.
Yeah, this is a work truck. So, there's the compressor again.
Oh, it'll work for a minute.
Yep.
So these will be,
yeah, it's cold.
they'll all be cold. And then it'll kick, and then this goes hot, and then that one goes hot, and these stay cold.
Ah.
But it's miserable because this one, where all the air moves through, so then I'm just hot.
71 right now. That's a 64. This air's cold. Why is it? Oh, there, look at that. It just went full hot.
Full heat, yeah. There you go. Did you hear it kick?
Do you think it's a blend door motor, or do you think it's the actual HVAC control?
I think it's the blend door motor.
Oh, I heard it moving.
90.
90.
93. It'll come over here.
6. It's the blend door for sure. Okay.
We're going down. 63.
Okay.
This truck gets plenty cold. I mean, I can't believe both of my trucks have broken AC.
Oh man, Eric's living. This is what you call a hot boy summer.
Yeah, I was driving one day and I was like, no, it's so sad because
no AC.
It got hot. It broke last week when it got hot. So
of course, that's when it always breaks.
Yeah, oh well.
All right, well let's see if we can figure out what's going on with the blend door motors here. One of them is being flaky. That's for sure.
I'm hoping it's like right. Is it? It's here. That's it right there.
Oh, you can feel it?
Yeah,
nice.
Should just be. This is the plug for it.
All right.
That should be it.
Well, I'll climb down there. Let's get this. Let's finish the detail first. Yeah. I was gonna vacuum the floor mats and everything. While we're in here getting ready to work on the AC, the Atoto had never really been updated since we installed it, and that's been a couple months, so I am installing all the software updates on this. There was a new system update. We are getting everything installed for Eric while it's in here, so it should be ready to rock now, and we still haven't hooked up a flash drive, but if we did, you'd have front and rear dash cams, so that's on the to-do list too, but for now, at least it won't be bugging him about software updates. So I went ahead and pulled this connector off here, and apparently you have to do this blend door actuator blind. It seems like there's 2 bolts in it, but I'm not actually sure because it hasn't started moving yet. I got one out, and I should have been using power tools because this is taking way too long. But I figured it would have been held in by little plastic clips like everyone else uses these days.
Well, you couldn't have took a new one to see what you were doing.
No, I couldn't.
That would
I definitely couldn't have done that. It would have made perfect sense. Is there a 3rd screw that we can't even find?
Maybe.
It feels like it's sort of loose.
Is there? Well, make sure you break the rod off in there, right? Because
Yeah.
the rod drops down the arm.
Yeah.
So if you snap that off, we're probably in a good place.
Yeah, that's kind of my plan, is to actually break all of it.
Okay.
Not even a little bit, just the whole thing.
I'll honestly just go to the dealership and get a brand new one.
A new truck?
I'm not going to fight with it
I feel
anymore.
2 screws, and there was clearly a 3rd screw, and it's missing. Or it was a pin. I'm not totally sure here, but yeah, for some reason it does not want to come out, even with those 2 screws. Oh. Wow. Okay, just kidding. Hey, it's factory. I would not have assumed this was factory. I would have assumed it was beat.
That's impressive.
Let's open this thing up. Yeah, it's pretty gross too. 260,000 miles.
Yeah.
Can you imagine? So you paid $20 for this, and that's sorry. You could have bought a new truck. I don't know why you didn't go to the dealership.
I mean, it's the same money, yeah.
Yeah, there's no difference. No, let's open this up. I do want to look at. Actually, here's what I want to do. Let's do the easy thing here.
See if it.
Yeah.
See if it moves through positions.
All right.
Okay, let's go.
Just give me one notch. Yep. Go full hot. It's moving. That has me a little bit worried.
Yeah, but it would move before, and then I could hear it turn back and get stuck.
Oh, there. Oh, I felt it. It like ground into place. Okay, all right. Now I'm less worried.
I have a feeling it's just really gummed up in there.
And
maybe it's just chewed up.
Yeah, it also has an encoder for sure, because there's too many wires to just be forward and back. So it probably is something broken inside.
It wasn't getting like, so this thing has really good AC.
Yeah.
I mean, this truck's impressively good for its age.
Right.
And I think it was stuck in between cold and heat and like floating there because the heat was, or the cool air was moderate at best.
Gotcha.
But like last year it was phenomenal, and I checked the pressures, and this truck does not leak, and the AC works great. But we also know that they did a lot of work to it. For all we know, they threw a new compressor and whatever, because they put a bunch of money under the hood just to throw this truck away. But I mean, honestly, we got there and they're just like, we're scrapping it. And I was like, okay, I guess we'll drive it home. But anyways, I wonder if it wasn't fully locking into position, and then it would just kick back into heat.
And it actually felt like when it got to the end of its travel, that's when I felt it start like shaking.
Yeah.
So, grab me the new one. Let's put her in here. So we're plugging in our new one here. This one's a premium one. It says right on it. Yeah. All right, turn the ignition on for me. It has marks on here so you can tell what it's set to. There it goes. Oh, that feels it's faster too.
Yeah.
It instantly went to cold. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and mount this then. Go ahead, shut it back off so I can unhook this.
So you remember the the F-150 I had?
Yeah.
We did that transfix in.
Uh-huh.
It had a blend door problem too.
Okay.
But it's 10 times the job that this one does.
Oh, like, dude, the Ford one's
impossible.
It's the end of the world, yeah.
Yeah. So those guys drove it. Remember we were over here, and these two guys came and test drove the F-150 for what, at least an hour?
Yeah, the longest test drive I've ever seen in my life.
And then they come back and they go, well, it doesn't shoot air out in the right place, so it needs a blend door. And I was like, yep, but I didn't want to say how bad of a job that one was.
Oh, for sure.
And it's not a guaranteed fix, because like the Ford has like vacuum lines that run off of theirs too, because everything on a Ford runs on vacuum lines, especially back then.
The four-wheel drive.
Yeah. So
I'm checking the blend door, and it runs great. So I actually don't think it's an issue with the actual mechanical door or anything.
That's good.
So here we go, putting the screws back in. But yeah, they took the truck on a forever test drive.
And then they apparently like stopped and called their mechanic. Okay. Which is fine, whatever.
Yeah,
or took it to him. I don't remember what he said.
Yeah.
Didn't matter to me. And he was like, yeah, I mean, it's not a fun job, but it's a job I can do. And I was like, all right, good enough for me.
It's a dash pull to do it right.
Yeah, I think it was pretty much a dash pull.
It is. I remember, because I had that problem too on a F-150. And to do it the right way at home, you just cut the side of the airbox out.
Yeah.
And then people like just patch it back in with something. So
it was the airbox was already cut out on that, and I covered it with tape because all of the air would blow right out of it.
Yeah.
And I didn't tell him, but I wasn't really thinking about it, because that truck ran really well.
It did. It drove great.
Yeah. And I think it had 300. It was like Raptor-ish mileage, 300 something thousand.
Yeah.
Every truck I buy just has a ridiculous
crazy mileage
on it. Well, except for the King Ranch.
I was like, well, your Raptor has low miles. Wait, no, it doesn't. No. 300,000.
300. I think the other Ford was 300. But yeah, they were willing to do the work, so I was like, whatever, man. Like,
cool.
Thanks for taking the truck for a whole day. I was like, whatever.
Honestly, that's the real cheat code in life. You need to move something with a truck.
Yeah, go take a test drive.
Can I test drive your truck?
It runs good, but it's honestly low on gas, and I'm just not going to do it. Okay, thank you. Like, what could you do, actually, besides be like, thanks?
Yeah, thanks. Thanks for wasting my time.
Yeah. That cost you $100 in fuel. All right, appreciate that.
Okay, try it out. Let's see what happens.
So last time we had it on, we were full heat.
As soon as it starts, it hunts. You can feel it go. It does that little maneuver. Oh, this one's super fast. I think we're good.
I can hear it, yeah.
Oh, yeah. But with that said, I think we fire it up and run it for a minute. Let's see if it switches back.
Because, well, when it would kick on to, like we got it to do, when it would kick on to, AC. We had on AC and it'd kick on to heat.
Yeah.
Sometimes I could shut it off and start it back up, and it would turn cold again, but you never knew how long you got before it,
You should have. It was such an easy job.
It's an easy job.
You should have just pulled it on the side of the road and locked it on cold.
Yeah, I was like, it's not hard to do.
That's crazy.
It's more fun for me to let you do it than me do it.
I figured. Nothing like freeservice.com.
Yeah, but last time, so when we had the truck last time, it was full hot.
Okay.
And now we're cold.
Yeah, we're freezing.
Which is a good sign, because half the time you turn it back on.
Yep.
And it was just hot again.
Oh, okay.
So it's sticking hot.
All right. I'll keep. It's nice. I didn't even realize I could just feel it. You can feel the output side of the shaft.
Yeah.
But it's not moving at all. Yeah. So I was a little worried it was the control unit, but I don't think it is.
See, on the Ford too, they also say that half the time it's not the it's the shaft that's completely shattered in there.
Yeah.
So I was like not touching it.
It's not moving at all, so.
Yeah.
That's good.
It should have premium service.
it was a premium.
The last one wasn't premium, yeah.
the GM one was a downgrade. Man.
You know what? What is that?
Let's look at this thing.
20 years that thing lasted.
Yeah,
that might be a record for one of those.
Yeah, this is definitely nasty. Oh. And immediately stabbed myself in the head.
Now you have tetanus.
Well, I wasn't expecting it to break.
Put that back in.
Yeah, I was going to put it back.
You know that's $65.
I was going to replace it. Give it back to you.
Understand me how that's so expensive.
It's a good question. All right, it looks like every tap's getting broken. Good thing we didn't really plan on putting this back.
It's also a good thing that I bought like 4 of them on accident. They just kept showing up in the kitchen of my house. I was like, did I buy one?
I just did it.
Oh. Yeah.
I should have just I was like, I'm gonna get it without breaking it. Take all the skin off your hand. Honestly, it doesn't look that bad.
You're fine. I bleed every day.
I figured there'd be a shredded gear in here.
Just wonder if it's like so dirty or if it's just.
That's probably what it was.
Hit its number of.
What does it? Oh, this wiper goes bad.
Oh, that makes sense.
That's what it is. So the feedback loop is that wiper on the PCB. Ooh, it can get stuck too. Huh. Yeah, I'm going with it's trash. Cool.
Well, it's trash now.
Well, yeah, so is my hand.
But yeah, at least it took a bite.
Are these $20 too?
Usually every time we hang out, I'm the one in the hospital. So
that's true.
It's your turn.
Eric came over here and opened the hood, and we were talking about everything that's been done to this truck recently. It has such a ridiculous amount of work. I had honestly forgotten everything we did. So when we did the transmission, we did the rear main seal, we did the oil pan, we dropped it, resealed it. We did all the valve cover gaskets, of course. That includes all the bolt gaskets on these valve covers.
We did the pickup tube.
Pickup tube O-ring?
Yeah.
Oh man.
I told you I just changed it.
Oh yeah. So we just reset oil life because the error was on. We got his head unit working again. It has a new water pump. I think we might have made a video talking about it, but we replaced the coolant hose with the T in it to the heater core there. We did so much work to this truck. It really is a new truck. And before we bought it from the guys we bought it from, they did a brake booster, which is a crazy job too. They put a fresh battery in it, put a brake booster in it. It's kind of a brand new truck. Yeah. It might be 20 years old, but it sure is the setup.
And we're not convinced that this isn't, we can't prove it, but it had numbers written on the back of the engine like this engine's been replaced.
It did have.
So I'm not convinced this is the original engine. Which makes sense why all this is torn up. I don't think this was chewed up. I think this was all torn up when they got it out.
Yep.
But like when we went and bought this and the guy was like, yeah, man, we just keep fixing it, but it's just not worth putting this transmission in. And we're just looking at this. And then I'm pretty sure it's got at least all new brake lines like halfway down the truck.
Yeah.
And I was like, this doesn't make sense. But we popped it to see if the AC compressor's been replaced, but it looks about the right age of the truck compared to like to the water pump and all that kind of stuff. So.
Either OEM or it came on the new engine.
Yeah. But I have a feeling this is it's got to be a junkyard engine with the numbers written on it because they like white tin or whatever.
Maybe so. It doesn't make sense to come from the factory with salvage yard numbers.
Yeah. But you can't see them because they're on the back, and until we got it up and looked at the transmission, we didn't see them.
Yep.
But this doesn't leak it doesn't leak anything.
Crazy. What a truck.
Yeah.
Honestly, you can't get rid of this. It's worth. They'll give you $1,000 to trade it in, but it's worth like 10 because it's perfect.
Oh yeah, I mean everybody just assumes it's a 4 3-liter as well. So as soon as you tell them it's a 5 3-liter, they offer to like I can't name the amount of people like, I'll buy it from you right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I went and put tires. It's got new brakes and new tires on it. And when I was there putting tires on it, the mechanic came in and he's just like, "Hey man,
You want to sell me that truck?
You want to sell me the truck, and I'll even give you the. I know you just put 500-600 in tires. I'll give you the money for the tires too." And I was like, I don't know, man. Like he wanted it. I was like,
nah.
Yeah.
It's too good. And then we put the fender flares on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you can beat this for a work truck because really, a brand new one, there's absolutely nothing that's changed.
Absolutely.
I bet you they're a little less reliable in the engine.
Just get more gas mileage and better infotainment and better seats and power windows. So really nothing changed.
Nothing's good. This is a more reliable truck, I guarantee it. Are you taking this 5.3 or the new 5.3, let's be honest?
I'm taking the Turbo Max actually every time.
Well,
Turbo Max is probably.
They put the work that.
I think I think all work trucks are Turbo Max now. Yeah.
I hear more Chevys whistling these days than not.
They're out there. Yeah. The Turbo Maxes are among us, and they make way more power than this truck. Way more.
Well, the first gen Turbo Max made 360 horsepower. Yeah. Which these are like 275 maybe. Right. If you're lucky. Yep. So even that's like 100 more horsepower. Yeah, Turbo Max. And I'm guessing they're over 400 now, would be my assumption.
I think it's still 300 something.
300 something? Because what, the EcoBoost, they're creeping around 400, right? Yep. So, I mean, all we had to do is throw a Whipple on it.
I just needs a Pro Charger. I guess Eric's work truck with a Pro Charger's up next. Anyway, that is it for today, guys. Actually, a simple fix for once. I was a little worried that we were going to have a failed climate control module, but I'm very happy that it was just the blend door motor. It seems like it's working perfectly. So I guess we're going to go take it out on a test drive right now and make sure that it stays cold. But it seemed like it was good. We ran it for a little bit in here. Definitely a lot longer than it took to fail last time. So that is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts just like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do. And I will talk to you next time.
Pretty rare that we get one that's not shy to like break when we have it.
Oh yeah.
Like break.
It broke immediately for us.
Usually I get 5-10 minutes.
And then
all cold air. This one gave up in under a minute. It's like on camera, I'm a break.
The wipers on that thing look terrible, so it does make sense. Now I understand. You know, eventually those contacts are going to wear out.
Yeah, I mean
they were pure black.
I got to give it to them. It lasted 20 years.
20 years.
How am I mad about that?
All right, let's go drive this thing. Eric detailed the whole truck, guys. I mean, he spent 3 minutes on it, and it is a lot nicer. Look at that giant camera, that's epic.
Yep, I know what I'm backing into.